Hi everyone, I'm Meg with Lens Pro to Go, and in this series I'm going to show you how to properly assemble one of my favorite pieces of photography gear, the Ikelite underwater housing unit. For those of you unfamiliar with Ikelite housings, we love them because they are custom made for each camera body, so you have access to every control while underwater. In the first video, I'm going to show you how to assemble the housing and perform what we call a 360 dunk test to ensure that the housing has no leaks. We do this test on every housing before it goes out for a rental, but we highly recommend you do this on your own as well, not only to practice assembling, but also as an added security that the housing isn't leaking. Each rental ships with the main housing with attached handles, the port, dome, 2 cleared geared zoom rings, 2 spring zoom rings, lubricant, and silica gel packets. For this section, we'll be referencing the main housing, port, and dome. The first thing we want to do is locate all of the O-rings. There is one on each side of the port and a large one on the back of the housing itself. These play a very important role. They are manufactured to precision to establish a watertight seal when going underwater. When the housing is submerged, the O-ring will be squeezed where the surfaces meet. The water will be pushed against the mating surface, locking itself out. The greater the pressure or more you go underwater, the better the seal. To care for the O-rings, we're going to inspect, clean, and lubricate them before putting them on the housing. We provide lubricant in every rental, so after you're done inspecting them for dust, hair, and grit, apply a little of the lubricant to your finger and run the ring through your fingers, being careful not to stretch them. After all 3 O-rings are cleaned, lubricated, and put back in place, attach the back of the housing to the front. Do this by sliding the mount plate into the housing, making sure that the mounting screw on the bottom is tightened. If not, you will not be able to fit the back and front together. With the back and front of the housing touching, fasten the snaps on the sides of the housing first, simultaneously, and then the top. Doing it in this manner will equalize the pressure of the O-rings around the unit. Next, we'll attach the port. Lift up on the 4 port retention clips and slide backwards. Slide the thinner edge of the port down into the face of the housing and then push the clips forward to secure the port. It's important that the clips can slide back and forth. If they are also able to lift up, tighten them with a screwdriver, but do not over-tighten them. Over-tightening will strip the screws. To attach the dome, match up the threads until it starts spinning freely. If it doesn't spin freely, you may have cross-threaded the dome on the port, so undo it and try it again. You will get to the point where the port is spinning with the dome. To tighten the dome all the way, hold the port with one hand and spin the dome until it's snug. You should not over-tighten the dome because once the housing is underwater, the pressure will seal everything together. If you over-tighten the dome, you risk damaging the housing. While in the water, it's important that you sink the unit relatively slow, as it's not really made for quick submerging. Once in the water, you'll definitely see bubbles coming up from the handles. This is perfectly normal. Wait for those to disappear and look for other bubbles. If you don't see any, start rotating the unit in a 360 motion. Flip it completely upside down and then back to the top to check for water inside the unit and bubbles rising to the surface. If you don't see any of these, you are good to go. In the next video, we'll show you how to assemble the unit with a 5D Mark III and a 16-35 lens. As always, if you have any questions, tweet or email us.